My name is Ekaterina Smirnova, and today we are painting winter landscape. To follow my little sketch, I'll use 5 different colors. You can find similar colors in your palette as well. I work with rough watercolor paper, 140 pounds and thicker. We'll start with the foreground and paint snowy mountains first. For that, I'll mix Ultramarine and Rose to create a violet color. No need to use the pencil, just decide where would your mountains go and directly start applying the color. I am making this video faster, but please don't worry, take your time and paint very loosely. You see, I'm leaving some white spots on the paper as well. Paint the mountains and add some extra colors because snow is not always the same color. For example, here I'm adding a little bit more blue areas as well. No worries if your paint runs a little bit, this is just creating extra beautiful textures of watercolor. And here is the mountain on the left. It is a little bit more blue than the one on the right. Working with watercolor, you're always limited in time, so you could add more and more colors only until you see that your paint is starting to dry, like in this case. Next step is to paint little houses in between the mountains. We will use brown matter and raw sienna. This is a more detailed job that requires some concentration. My recommendation to you is just take your time, no rush, and try to paint on the dry area of paper, because if you will touch the mountains area that is not dry yet, then your paint from the houses will run and transfer on the lower part on the snow. Another trick is to use a sharp, pointy brush. Usually in the village, all the houses are painted different color. That's why I'm using different colors as well. Not only the brown matter, but raw sienna. Time to paint sky. For that, I will start with applying water with a bigger brush on the blank area of the sky. I will use wider brush in order to transfer water much quicker. The reason why I am applying water to begin with is so my colors are running much better and the sky will appear more smoother and more gradient color. Collect the excess of water with paper so it doesn't run on the houses. And here you go. I'm gonna mix ultramarine and Payne's gray to create a more dramatic color for the winter sky. Paint loosely on the sky, but be careful around the edge of the mountain. If on the mountain on the right, I'm painting all the way to the edge of the mountain. On the mountain at the left, I'm leaving some white area. This will create an effect of reflected snow. I would recommend to add other colors for the sky. Look, for example, I'm adding some brown matter or Payne's gray in a mix. This will create a much more rich color. Pre-wetting your paper has another benefit. It stretches your time. I'm continuing to add deeper and deeper colors. You should remember that when your paint is dry, it will appear not as intense as you are applying it. Collect the excess of water with a paper towel. While I'm waiting for the sky to dry, I'm gonna work on the foreground again. Using that same mixture that you used for the sky, you can make additions for the mountains, creating an effect of some shadows and the perspective. I love working with rough paper because rough paper allows you to make different textures. If I'm tilting my brush sideways and dragging it quick through the paper, I can create not as solid lines. You need to make sure that the sky area is fully dry before we will continue working on the next step. Now we will be painting the forest behind the village. I have collected a deep blue color, a mix of French ultramarine and Payne's gray, and I will start painting around the rooftops. And in order to create an effect of snow on the rooftops, I will leave some space in between the house and the background. After you're done outlining the rooftops, you can go ahead and apply the deep blue color for the background. Now shape the bottom of the mountain on the left, again leaving white space for reflected snow. And continue with the mountain on the right. Now I'm using just a wet brush, no color, in order to soften the top part of the forest background. While the paint is still wet, I'm adding more deeper color. I chose to paint trees with pure Payne's gray color. I'm creating a visual effect of perspective by painting bigger objects on the left side and small objects like trees and houses on the right side. Would be nice to add some details to the houses, like doors and windows. Some of the additions of the darker colors for the mountains again. Maybe add some deeper color for the sides of the mountains. At this stage, I could say that the painting is almost complete. You can add as many details as you like, but overall, major objects are on the painting and you can get the full picture of the winter landscape. Thank you for watching this step-by-step demonstration. Don't forget to check out other videos and visit my website Ekaterina-Smirnova.com.